Thank you. And we're going to get straight over to my next interview. And let me say this now. You have to guess what is in the amount of items in the bag and in the bottle. But let me tell you, we don't know the answer. But when it comes to advocacy, action, and ambition, few people embodied these qualities like Jocelyn Francis. As the founder and president of Good Humans, Inc., she has dedicated her life to creating opportunities for persons with disabilities, driving trains to community outreach, social entrepreneurship, sustainable farming, and climate action. Today, we're catching up on the latest with Good Humans 268, the financial security of disabled women, and their exciting Guinness World Record attempt. I saw you pass on the street side or the roadside with the big bag just picking up. After the same kind, you just show out the window. Oh, did I went there? Good morning. How you do? How you doing, Joshua? Good morning.
Good morning.
But am I lying?
You're not lying.
Oh, boy.
We have to change the culture.
So all this from the side of the road and this and that?
So we are trying to ensure. So I believe individuals with disabilities, it's not that nothing isn't done, enough isn't done.
Okay.
We have to build our own boats, we're going to have to build our own plane, and we're going to have to train people to be captains, and we're going to have to train people to be pilots. We have to ensure that we create opportunities. The census 10 years ago said that there are 16,000 people on island who have disabilities. And then when you came down to different sections of the census, there are hundreds of people with disabilities, including women who don't have jobs. And we have to create the jobs for them. Because once individuals have jobs, that gives them the opportunity to open bank accounts, that gives them the opportunity to buy pad, that gives them the opportunity to buy the little things that they need. Because while the donations are great, it's not sustainable.
So what is the latest milestone right now? We're going to get to the security part and everything. But what is the latest milestone other than you working on breaking a Guinness World Record right here in Antigua, Barbuda with the full support of the entire Twin Island Nation? What is the latest thing that you just overcome? And
I was featured on BBC on Saturday for the work that we've been doing right here for disability.
Take your time and say it. You said that too fast.
BBC, international stage, talking about the work that we've been doing right here on island. I'm excited.
And how was that for you?
Saturday, I said to Jim, I didn't get to read the actual article on Saturday because it was International Women's Day and I was part of the gender-based violence walk.
Okay.
So I actually sat down and read it. I'm like, you know, it's a big deal. It is a big deal that as a woman within the disability community, I say to individuals, they see me. However, the cartilage in my knees are failing me. If you touch my knees, you're going to feel like they're cracking. And it's predicted by 40, I might not be able to work. So the work that I'm doing now is to put things in place to ensure if I ever lose my mobility, there are things in place that I can continue working. I can ensure that I can pay for my college fee for my son. I can do things normally. And I say to anybody, it's hard work, it's tiring, but there's a child in Potter's Primary, Diana. On the days that I'm tired, I remember her. And I said to anybody, she started Potter's Primary at kindergarten, and we only got a bathroom for her. When she's in grade 5, the bathroom just went in December. So that means for 4 years of her life, she kept having to ask people to help her to the bathroom. And I remember sitting in a meeting saying, this is her basic human right we're infringing on. And if it took us 4 years to get a bathroom, can you imagine, can she ever get a job? Can she own a house? Can she own a land? Can she ever go on vacation? Is she going to always be dependent on people? And that means we have to begin putting things in place, getting our names on the international stage, getting the people who have the money, who can fund these ideas to ensure when she becomes an adult, things are already in place for her.
We know financial security is one of your major issues with the organization, but how do you plan and what are you doing to address them?
We're going to be loud. We're going to be in everybody's face. And that, not loud as in screaming. We are going to break 50 Guinness World Book records. Next week, Monday, we're going to start our first unofficial attempt because the Guinness World Book record is going to cost us $16,000 US, which translates to just about 55,000 EC. I want to get a brand to give me $55,000 for this. Because once we break one Guinness World Book record, we become a tourist attraction. We brag all the time, and what we haven't done in Antigua, we haven't tapped into waste as a revenue stream. Can you imagine us having the largest collection of bottle caps, the biggest flag, a lot of different things. So when individuals fly to Antigua and Barbuda, they're going to say, I have to go to this place because they've broken so. They're on the mission to collect, I want to collect 100,000 Red Bull caps. If we get individuals to pump money into an attraction, we're going to be able to give individuals with disabilities jobs. We change the entire landscape of Antigua and Barbuda, and we are going to ensure that women in particular, they can become mothers, they can have vacation, and things can change for them.
But what more do you need to make this vision a reality? Because we have private sector, we have the government sector, we have a lot of NGOs. I know you're taking a trip to carry a case again further. I mean, a lot of things that you're doing. And we see the work. But what do you want them to see, not just the work? What about support?
We want financial support. A Guinness World Book record. So we're doing the unofficial attempt next week. But the official attempt is going to cost us $55,000. We need somebody to say here. And the concept for Guinness World Book record, I say, is teach a man to fish, give a man a fish. Instead of us having to constantly come and be like, can I get $2,000? Can I get $500? You give us something, which is, in fact, a Guinness World Book record. So come tourism season, November, we have something to attract people to. So we're no longer in this beggy mode. And when I say to people, like, yeah, we have to get something. So when a tourist comes off a plane, when a tourist comes off a boat, I'm going to go there. And the revenue that we generate from that, we're going to be able to give individuals jobs, and we're going to be able to change the lives of individuals with disabilities. I am all for the handouts. I'm all for people giving us the little things. But what we need is a sustainable component. And if we're in a tourism industry, we must be able to generate revenue from tourism.
And I see that you want to expand to from 268 to 246 and 767. What would it take to make all this happen?
Money. It's going to take money. And this is why, for me, we have to be bold. We have to ensure that we put things in place. I wrote an article. From the waste management industry, we can generate $55 million every year. We give each household a bid. We follow the model in Barbados, where each household will make a contribution of $1.50 per day. For events, we're asking events to hire us so that we can generate revenue. We're asking businesses to hire us so that we can help to manage their waste. And if businesses, events, and household, we all combine in a pool, we can generate revenue to give individuals with disabilities jobs. I want to do all 7 major marathons. I want to walk the Great Wall of China. I want to do Mount Everest. The reason behind is not just doing it. It's because I want to wear a backpack with our flag and let people know there are individuals with disabilities in Antigua and Barbuda, and we would like your support now. We need that initial investment so that we can become self-sustainable.
And how do they get in contact with Good Humans 268 Incorporated to make that donation or even have the conversation?
So our phone number is 789-GOOD, 789-4663. And our email address, you can send us an email at info@goodhumans268.org. And I will say to anybody, disability is the only sector of the economy that you can fall into at any point. You get up, you go down the road, you don't even have to do anything. Your car loses control. You are going to be within the disability community. As we get older, we are also facing challenges we get into the disability community. So while it's not important to someone now, it might become important to them in the future. So we're encouraging individuals to join the bandwagon for change.
Joshua, thank you for being here this morning, Good Humans. It's always a pleasure having you in the studios with us. And I asked her off here, how many caps do she think she has in the bag and in the jar? And she think it's close to 10,000. I say over 10,000. So when you get
Can you imagine us having a dress for Carnival made from that?
Imagine that.
Can you imagine that? And can you imagine on a float coming through the whole of St. John's, we have somebody in a dress? Do you know the marketing, the things that can be done with recycled material? The possibilities are really endless.
Before we go, before we go, how far have you reached with your journey?
I've walked the entire island.
You did the entire island?
Yes, it did. The entire island.
That was Joshua Francis, a force for change in Antigua and Barbuda and beyond, from financial empowerment and social entrepreneurship to breaking world records. She and Good Human 268 are proving that disability does not define potential. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.